Cash money without no apps, no mess, no fuss. Easy money helping a local small business. See you tomorrow.
This is gonna be fun. Stirring those to keep it hot. All right, let's open the box up. 60 dogs, 40 burgers.
Today is Friday. Welcome back. I'm gonna show you guys how you could do your own catering side hustle without using any company. Do it yourself. Pick the ones that you want. Let's go. My name is Mr.BetonYou, formerly Pedro Doordash Santiago. And for a while now, I've been talking about how I like to help those local small businesses, right? And one thing is helping them get their goods to other people, right? Without having to use the third-party apps. Now, in each market, it will be very, very, very different. And you have to find out what small businesses in your market need delivery drivers. Now, you might walk in a lot of places and there's now hiring signs from like franchises and chains. That's a little bit different. You're gonna get those orders through Doordash and Uber Eats. But how do you get some catering orders on your own without having to download an app, anything like that? Now, since about 1.5 years ago, I started forming relationships with my local businesses. They would see me as I'd pick up Doordash, Uber Eats orders, whatnot. And they started to trust that, you know, I had a hot bag, to know them. And they get to know me, and I would ask questions, and it takes a little bit of time. But about 6 or 7 months ago, I told you guys I had 2 places that I'm gonna have access to some of their large orders, and they have my direct number. They reach out to me, they let me know where it's going, how big it is, and what it's gonna pay. And sometimes I say I'm available, sometimes I'm not, depending on, you know, sometimes I say it's not gonna work for me, and maybe they do it themselves. Other times I see orders like this, I hop on it. This order is paying me a minimum of $26 for about 40 minutes of combined work. Now, bigger order, a little bit of setup, no problem. But the reason I like it is I get the tip as well, if there's a tip. So sometimes there's a little bit of a gamble there, but you take it at face value, right? 26 bucks for 45 minutes at 4:30, it's pretty good. Would you take that? But the real kicker here is, this is over $1,000. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys this order, picking up, dropping it off, film a little bit of setup, and let's see how much we make. And listen, the good thing is, some of you guys, a lot of you guys that watch this channel obviously have the apps. You have Doordash, you have Uber Eats, you have Instacart, you have various other ones, which is fantastic. I do the same thing. But my challenge to you guys today, how many of you guys have gotten to know some of your local places and ask questions? Hey, do you guys have a delivery driver? I'd be interested in working with you. Have you asked those questions? Have you formulated those relationships? Because it's not always gonna pay. It's not gonna make you busy like Doordash, but you can get some of these pre-selected orders to you, plan your day around it, and make some big money. Asking questions. You have to formulate relationships with these places. Don't rely on an app to pay you. Set your own pace. Set your own dollar amount. And when I mean set your amount, you know, you can do that with Doordash, Uber Eats, and Instacart as well. You just decline the crap that you don't want to take. But with these, you formulate these relationships with these local spots, and you let them know, hey, you know, yeah, I could do these kind of days. What do you got? Hey, you know, this is kind of what I like to make per hour to make it worth for my fuel cost and my time and the setup. Have those conversations with these places, guys. A lot of places are looking for drivers. So a lot of these places will have these large orders, and they're catering orders, but they can't deliver it because maybe they still have a dining room to run. And some of these places, you know, the owner operator, the guy that owns it, the family, the woman that owns it, whoever it is, they actually have to run the day-to-day, right? And it's hard to find people that want to work and deliver and, like, you know, and pay them as a W-2 and things like that. So for some places, they want to actually have this type of relationship like they have with me because their overhead's lower, right? They don't have to pay me. There's no insurance cost on them. I'm not an employee, you know. It works. Not every place is going to want to run their business model like that. But you have to ask a couple questions. What's it hurt, right? Think about it like this. You have to bet on yourself. You have to ask these questions and find out where the money is. Doordash and Uber will hide the money. They'll hide the tips. Instacart, you know, sometimes the base pay is low. Go set your pace. Go set your mark, right? These orders aren't going to be as prevalent as the other ones, but you might be missing out on opportunities by not asking your local business questions. And why do I want to work for continually just downloading apps? Make your own way. Cultivate relationships. Work with these local businesses, right? Be their delivery driver and get paid cash or however they set it up. right? So I'll see you guys in a little bit. We got to get to the store. I'm going to get there a little early, right? Make sure it's all good. Make sure the car's emptied. I got a lot of, there's going to be like Schaefer discs and boxes and things like that. I'll show you guys that in the next clips. Right now we're going to do this $50 Instacart. And then let's see, I want you guys to comment down below how much you think this order is going to be. All right, so first thing you want to do when you get large orders, you know, you want to make sure your car is completely like kind of empty, okay? I recommend having a couple like little blankets or something so that if you have some kind of food that you need to lay down, you know, accidents happen. You don't want to like ruin the inside of your car, right? So I definitely have some blankets or some kind of a tarp or something like that if you're going to deal with like really big orders. Make sure your car is completely empty. You don't want your personal big gym bags and things like that and shirts and shoes in a car when you're dealing with food that's going to be like right next to it. Not cool, right? And another reason you want to empty it, if you have seats that fold down like mine do, your back should be completely empty. And if you have seats that fold down, these will come down and I can put all kinds of stuff in there. Make sure your car's set up before you go pick up an order. Now, obviously, look at your order details. See what kind of order you're picking up, right? Work with these local merchants. Let them know. Is it going to be boxes, sternos? Are there drinks? Do I need any particular kind of bags, catering bags? Do I need, you know, what do I need to be successful? You need to have that information before you start. You don't want to get there and not be prepared. It's a bad look for you. Could cause you to be late. You need happy customers with these big orders, right? That's how you're going to get good tips. That's how this business is going to continue to retain business and have customers hearing good things about it. So if you have business with this local small business, it's more catering options for you. You are an extension of that company. You're representing them and yourself, right? But you got to make sure you're ready. Now, I also recommend having your other hot bags. I got all my hot bags just in case, but having some bags that aren't branded. If you're not delivering a DoorDash, right? Might be a good idea to not use a DoorDash bag. Now, if I have to use it, I'll use it because I'd rather keep things cold and or hot versus worrying what kind of bag it's in. But when you're dealing with these large catering orders and they're off app, is how I call them. They're not through an app. They're through your local business owner, trusting you to help them facilitate this. Having some off-branded bags, catering bags, is probably a must. Now, as you're getting ready to drive, I'm getting ready to go to that area. You need to arrive a little bit early. Okay, so if they're telling you, so this needs to get there at 5 o'clock. They're telling me by departure is 4:40. It's actually only 5 minutes. It's actually like a 13-minute car ride, but hey, you know, you run into traffic, somebody has an accident, so things that you have to plan for that. Okay, I don't want to arrive right at 5 o'clock. These people need to see me at 5 or before. I can't pull up at 5, right? So getting somewhere, a big order like this, about 10, 15 minutes early is highly recommended. Okay, even if they don't require, they say, oh, I'll be here at 4:40. I'm gonna get there a little early because they might be behind. They might need help loading this in your car. They might expect you to load the whole thing. They might help you. You don't know that in the beginning yet, right? So getting there a little bit early is totally a must when you're doing these big orders. Okay, if anything, when you're having a big party, right? I don't want to arrive too early before 5. But if I get there at 4:55. They're probably going to be more happy at that, the customer, than if I get there at 5:05. Be early. Now, the biggest thing with these type of things, you're not going to get a lot of these. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying you're going to you're going to get one of these a day. Like, hey, you might get one a week. That'd be great, right? If I can do one of these a week, absolutely. Why not? It's guaranteed money. I know what I'm doing. I could say no. I could say yes. Sometimes it's going to be a time of the day where you're not making any money, so you fill this in when times where it's slow. But you need to go out there and make these opportunities for yourself. This isn't relying on an app. It's not relying on, anything but your own hustle, your own communication skills, what relationships you can build with these places. And I'll tell you what, if you can get one or two of these in your local town, your city, wherever you're at, right, wherever you live, it's going to pay off for you in the long run. Because you don't think you do it once or twice for your local joint, you do a good job, they get good feedback from the customer, you don't think they're going to call you again to do the same thing? They might. And then you can maybe be an exclusive driver for them, right? They might, building community relationships and making money at the same time is a win-win. Without having to worry about an app, without having to worry about, are they going to have orders? Are they not going to have orders? Hey, you build these relationships with these local places. You call them, hey, Pedro, I'll check in with you once a week, man. Monday good for you? When do your catering orders usually, when do you know about them? I can give you a call. You can call me. Let me know. I'm available. You're selling yourself. I'm going to repeat that. You're selling yourself. You're not selling Doordash or Uber Eats or Instacart or any other app out there. You're selling you. And you control that 100%. Now, with this kind of setup, we have to also understand the business owner is going to have control of the money, right? So if they get a big order and the customer's prepaid for it, or however it was facilitated, it might have been done online like this one was. The customer, their system might even prompt them for a tip. Let's say there's a $100 tip on this, right? Some of that might go to the actual staff that put this together. You have to just communicate that with the business owner, the restaurant. Let them know what your expectations are. Be very clear about it. Hey, I'm making a minimum 26. All right. How much of that tip is going to come to me? Are you splitting it with your crew? You know, I'm good with that. I'm not good with that. That's up to you, right? You have to, but you can control that. You can have that conversation. You can set your parameters, right? If you need to write something in writing, do that. Oh, I get half the tips. I get 100% of the tips. You can control this on your own. You can ask for cash. You can be paid through PayPal. You could go through a Square app. There's a lot of cash. There's options. You control this. And for my true hustlers out there, start asking your local joints, how do you guys deliver your catering? Ask questions. Maybe they use DoorDash. Maybe they use another app and they don't want to pay the crazy fees and they want to work with you directly.
All right. Let's go in this joint, pick up this order. There. What up, man? How you doing? Here? Sorry.
Yes, big ass thing.
Okay.
This says all your.
All right, so now I see what the setup's like. I'm gonna go actually park in the alley. He says trying to cross the street with all that's gonna be a little crazy. We're gonna park in the alley. Show you guys how that works.
No problem. Keeping it there. All good. Let's go.
All right, so we got everything we need. 14 minutes away. Let's go set it up.
All right, we're here. First little box. And once we figure out where we're going, we got to go up these steps. Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right, so let's start setting this bad boy up. Gotta get the box still. We got all our goodies in here. Thing to light the sternos, all kinds of sauces. Let's go. Sternos to keep it hot. All right, empty. That's got a little weight behind it, but let's go. We get a workout tonight. All right, let's open the box up. 60 dogs, 40 burgers.
Here's what we have. We got look here.
Take a video.
That's it. That was a really easy one. I probably, next time if I had to do this again, I would do it probably 10 minutes quicker. But the first time you're seeing what the setup's like, guy sent me a picture, kind of what he wanted it like. And the party people were there. It's for a wedding reception. And I was talking to them a little bit, sharing pleasantries, making sure if they needed anything, they had questions, let me know. But super easy. Let's check the payout. All right, so it's 5:26. This took it took under an hour. By the time we get back, we'll be right at an hour to complete this. So a little longer than I thought, but it's the first time with these guys. And if you haven't, now's the time in the video where drop a comment. How much you think this paid out? Remember, 26 was the base pay, essentially. That was a guaranteed amount. All right, now let's get our cash payout. And I turn Uber and DoorDash on. There's places all around this place that I got to go to. Maybe I get an order from this place. I'm going here anyway. So turn the apps back on. Maybe we get lucky, we get an order going a short distance from right where we're going to go anyway. And we're going to go right back into the alleyway because I got that big box. You don't want to bring in catering stuff like that through the front of their dining room. So I'm going to park back here, have the car here. I'll walk to the front and see if he wants me to meet him in the back, and I'll bring him back his stuff.
Told y'all, look.
So the big question is, how much did we make on that for an hour and 4 minutes of work? Now, Results will be dependent upon every market. I'm not saying you're going to make this in this amount of time. This is not going to happen a lot, but why not have this happen once a week for you, twice a month? What do you guys think? This particular setup was a nice tip that was shared with me and some of the staff in there. My part for driving 5 miles, carrying it up those steps, setting it up, bringing the box back. So we drove 10 miles in total and we made $102 cash. I say that's pretty good. I say that's not going to happen a lot, but if I can do a few of those a month, that's fantastic. Let's just say I do 4 a month at that rate, $400 a month. For a lot of us, that's 2 days of work for only 4 to 5 hours of combined time. Drop a comment if you guys think you're going to talk to your local restaurants and see if they need help with their catering. That's what I do. That's how I did it. I'm going to continue to do more of that. Cash money without no apps, no mess, no fuss. Easy money helping a local small business. See you tomorrow.